I love the fact that we shared the ball. I'm not saying we haven't shared the ball throughout the year, but just making this the simple plays. We did a really good job early on of, not turning the ball over. Making sure that we, get the ball inside and, let Hunter operate. He did a really good job of being patient. When he got doubled, he made the right play to guys on the perimeter. And so when we playing like that, we're a tough team to guard.
Chris?
Let's talk about what you said that at halftime. You guys came out of the gate, and then also Joey Baker's minutes for you tonight.
Well, I talked about defending. How we have to, of course, be in the short prep, get to our habits. And, we're not going to know every set, which they have a lot of sets that with a lot of different movement. With the shooting that they have on the floor, they're going to get some open looks, stay the course when they do make some. But more importantly, just make sure we can test every shot, handball contest, make some adjustments on the ball screen defense. There were times where ball screen defense where Shumate got open off a pick and pop, and had to make adjustment with that. But then the apply from our guys, being able to apply that and holding this team to 40% in the second half, that was big for us.
Jett?
Juwan, earlier you mentioned sharing the ball. Doug had 8 assists. I guess what you see from his passing and decision-making tonight?
Well, Doug made plays to open guys, and primarily with Hunter, with some of the hedging, Hunter was able to slip to the basket. He also did a really good job when he came off a ball screen when he was in the drop coverage, being able to put pressure on the drop big, and then lull him to sleep by looking away, dropping a pass off to him, whether that was a layup or a foul that led to a free throw. But then also in transition, getting out in transition and making sure that we did not allow their defense to set up. And Doug did a really good job of putting pressure while we were trying to get transition opportunities for our guys. So very balanced on all ends, but very balanced with those 5 guys that started. But then we also got a big lift from T. Will. Some of his minutes was huge for us. And then, Jace came in defensively, and keeping the guys in front, which they had, some guards that can make either plays for themselves, or they can shoot the ball off the dribble, or they can get to the paint, and call habit for you. Jace did a really good job of bodying them and also not allowing them just to get easy drive-bys.
John?
Juwan, Joey was in here earlier, said he's applying for an extra year. So this is all. Was in here, said he's applying for an extra year. How optimistic are you that he could get that, and how important would that's just the last part.
Michigan, it's a great school academically, and Joey being at Duke, he's academically he qualifies, but there's also a few other hurdles that we have to that dive deep into. Hopefully, we're going to try hard. We're going to give it our best shot. We would love to have him back, and not just because of the shooting, but just overall the person. And he just fits in the locker room. The guys enjoy playing with him. He's now also opening up, becoming a better leader. At times, when you knew you don't want to step on anyone's toes, or it's hard to have those uncomfortable conversations with guys because you want to be liked by him, but at the same time, he understands that he's been in big games now, and he sees that the guys trust him. That we need his leadership, and it'll be nice to have him back next season.
Austin?
Juwan, on the redshirt question, is that also a possibility for Jalen, and do you have any sense right now which way he might be leaning?
First, with Jalen, we want to get him healthy. Healthy, that's the key. A young man has dealt with some tough injuries, Achilles, and now ACL, and trying to get him in contact with Klay Thompson. I'm going to continue working on that because Klay, who's been through it before, understand what it's like on dealing with those 2 tough injuries and the timetable and the mental part of it that really gets to how you can stay dialed in, but also how you can not get where you're at a dark place, and that can't happen. And Jalen has been great. I think it's nice to see that, you know, he's standing around the guys and around the team, and everyone loves him. And he's such a smart guy, but he also is such an all-in kind of person. That would be nice to see Jalen get healthy, and then we'll go from there.
Juwan, Will's been starting for a few games now and great energy, and I think in the first half he had a 3-ball, and it looked like that's what he's good at shooting, the 3-ball. Where is that in his game, and can that be developed in more so in next year?
Well, Will is a freshman, and you know, the game is now you get reps, and as you get more reps, as you're out there, you become a little bit more comfortable, and the confidence starts to pick up. And you know, Will has a chance to be. I look at it as a captain of our team, which is something that you just get. You know, you got to earn it, and you earn it with your character, your hard work, because he's one of the hardest workers on our team. Puts in countless hours in the gym, but also in the classroom, which makes him elite level. And I just see, like, over years to come, you know, he'll be a guy that potentially can break some records here at the University of Michigan. But first, I would start with the all academic team. But overall, the game, we trust him out there. He'll continue to keep getting better.
Tony?
Yeah, Juwan, Jett Howard not available tonight. I wonder, was there a setback since Rutgers, or what is his status moving
Jett
forward?
has been injured all season long for us, unfortunately. But Jett, you know, he's a competitor, and I've told you guys this all season. Dating back to his first injury that he had Virginia game. He rushed back, played in London versus Kentucky, and felt that he shouldn't have played, but he was going to make sure that he step out there on that floor and be there for his teammates. But you know, like nowadays, you hear about guys, you know, taking time off, and I don't know what that is. And you know, Jett has been a part of the Howard DNA, where he knows that he has a passion for the game of basketball, and every time since he was younger, no matter if he got injured, he always picked himself up and continued to keep competing. Cut his eye before. He was out there the next play with stitches, you know. That's how he's wired. So when he had the injury, re-injured his other ankle after the Michigan State game, he came down on Hauser's foot, and Hauser was going back to get a rebound and turned it pretty good. You can just go back to the replays. But he came back out and played again. And so he went and saw ankle specialist. And as of right now, we're going to look at this thing day to day, let him heal, and then we'll see. We'll go from there. But he wanted to be out there for his teammates today.
But no re-aggravation.
He was emotional, too. Very emotional that he couldn't play today.
Dave, you want to close this out?
We were talking with the players earlier about the decision to play in the NIT. Some teams decided not to. When we asked the players, they said there was no question in anybody's mind. From your perspective, how did the players step up to potentially playing in the NIT?
Well, you know, I look at it like this. So we were a team that brought the basketball to the park. And the other two teams, and I mean like the 5 guys, you know, there was one team that had 5 and another team had 5. In Michigan, we had our 5, but we brought the basketball. The other two teams didn't have their basketball. We brought the basketball, and so it's time to play. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our basketball and go home because they didn't pick us to play in the first game because the other two teams, the other 5 was allowed to play. So we're not going to cry over spilled milk. We're not going to act like we're entitled. We're not going to act like it's beneath us. Our season has been a season built on adversity, unfortunately injuries. We have a young team that's growing in so many areas, and we got chosen for the NIT, We respect the opportunity, we appreciate it, and we're going to go out there and play because this not only going to help grow us out there on the court, but this is great life lessons that we can gain from this, and that we're going to also grow from this. And so we're not going to be the team that takes our basketball and not let the other team play with it.